All right, hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the mic stand, as it were. And so, looks like we have at least three of us here thus far. We'll wait for a few minutes to see if anybody else shows up. How do you all did? I've kind of been eyeing the conversation there. I know you guys were on Leto's stream, and Solid, you streamed earlier as well. So, um, yeah, now according to StreamYard here, we have four people. Dave Marks is here. Hello, Mike. Hey, ATC. And I did see that you shared on mine, so thank you for that. Howdy, all. Howdy there, Dave. Um, Getting people from North America together for that laugh out loud. Hey, Solid. I'm late. Oh, no, you're not. We just got started here. Hey, Dave. Even in action, Solid, unknown. Very late. Hey, Dave. Hey, little. Solid. Solid as a rock. That's why they do it. Solid. Solid as a rock. Action. Toys. Channel. Action. Toys. Channel. Let's see. Hey, Leto. Hey, Mike. Toys. Dave. Solid. So, wow, we got five people already in here. Boing! I like Solid. Well, yeah, it's kind of a parody. I am using the actual lyrics to it. It was from I think his Pointer Sisters song or like that. But you know, whereas most of you guys, I'm either doing parodies or slight instrumentals from like Action Toys channel. It's just kind of more of an instrumental from like the old Marvel Action Hour theme. Uh, snake, again, again. Team with a yeah. Ah, just finished listening to Frank Abagnale Nail himself tell his story. Dude clearly told his life story 100 times. Did it in less than a half an hour. Still an amazing story. Catch me if you can. Hmm. So what's on tap for tonight? Well, I guess with five people here, I guess I can kind of go over that. Is the guy from Catch Me If You Can? I think that's what Dave just said there. Leto. Yeah, it is. Okay, well, we got five people in here tonight, so I guess I can kind of get started a little bit, at least get into what's on tap for tonight. So we got six stories, two from the world of comics, two from the world of anime, of two from the world of television, as it were. Um, I'm trying to sneak past the guards, but my cheeks are dummy thick. Okay. Laugh out loud. What? Hey, Dave, is that supposed to be your who is that one girl tried to who tried to sneak into Anime Matsuri or whatever? Not Anime Matsuri, Dragon Ball Con. I can't even remember her now. I guess it doesn't matter. She's of no consequence. Anyways, so what's on tap for tonight? Well, let's see. I've got a couple of stories in the comics, including Marvel Comics doing a contest to determine who fills out the X Men team in their next comic, as well as apparently follow up to last night's Berserker Boom Studios Keanu Reeves story, in which Reeves said, I guess he said, saying he's ready to fight for Camp Bermejo's variant cover, from what I saw of that. Also, some Toonami news, some stuff in regards to Mega XLR, some Bleach stuff, a couple of puff pieces more or less there. And then in the realm of television, let's see, got some Mandalorian news. I decided, I know at least I think at least a couple of you into the Mandalorian. There was a bit of a news article I saw on CBR that I'll be covering, and then one other. Excuse me for a moment while I go off camera here. Let's see. Let's see now. Um, it's the Metal Gear Solid meme. Do you have your stream playing on a computer, giving yourself an extra view? Yeah, I'm on my laptop here. I can kind of go back and forth. I've got like, let's see, one, two, three, four, five windows open, five tabs open. Or I have five tabs. I have this one tab open, of course. Then I have a tab for YouTube, tab for CBR, and a tab for my history stuff. Dominic, yeah, that's who I was thinking of. Dominic Sky. That's who I was thinking of. I guess one of Dave's. Let's see, what was the comment? One of Dave's previous comments there, kind of. Oh yeah, it was this. This was the comment that reminded me of Dominic Sky. I'm trying to sneak past these guards, but my cheeks are dummy thick. Kind of remind me of, even though I didn't couldn't remember her name, reminded me of her. Let's see. Let's see now. Dominic Sky. Mm-hmm. Getting Dominic. Forgetting Dominic Sky is a blessing, Mike. Yeah. Well, I haven't. You know something, Dave? I haven't really thought too much about any of that crowd in quite some time. I mean, as everybody else is, I'm of course still waiting on the appeals decision in Vic's defamation case. I mean, there's not really much. I mean, it's like to get into it with them over the cancel culture BS and stuff like that. It's just not worth it to me. I mean, you know, you know, overall, just dealing with them probably as people is probably just not really a big thing. Um, laugh out loud. It's a reference to Solid Snake um, from Metal Gear. Ah, okay. I watch a bit of Mandalorian. It's a good show, but I still hate Star Wars. Yeah, I'm not really as into Star Wars either. I saw the Mandalorian story. I know Batgoat's really into it. I think Anon is too. So I figured I might as well do a story on like all of Star Wars. Just the first movies I like. Mandalorian seems like the old That's why I like it. It would have been fine if you did, but unusual. I think Vic won. Well, I hadn't heard anything in regards to the. Okay, if he did win his appeal, it would have more than likely gone back. We would have Nick would have said something. I haven't heard any. I don't. As far as I know, I haven't heard anything from Nick on the matter. I haven't heard if anything's. It put all eyes on Rooster Teeth and Funimation. Vic won in the long run. He lost a few jobs, but he's still getting work. Yeah, I mean, I guess in that sense, you're probably right, but I'm talking more about, of course, the case. I'm still waiting to hear on the appeals ruling, but Vic won from a certain point of view. Well, I think as Leto just pointed out, I think he won in the sense that more people are still supporting him, because I think most of the real intelligent people understand that even if he loses the appeal, that doesn't necessarily mean he was convicted of any crime. It just means that, yeah, he's going to probably be having to fork out a lot of money, and that would be a shame but cancel culture sucks. Yeah. So, anyways, we got a good conversation going here about Vic. I haven't talked too much about Vic only because there's not much, until we find there's not really much as far as I know going on until we hear back from the appeals case. So, but as I had always stated, I figured if those appellate judges really saw the evidence and really looked at everything presented and not get all bound up in the whole procedural garbage, then you know all the evidence points toward it's kind of similar to what they're trying with Trump too. Kind of like what happened with the election here. You have a lot of these cancel culture idiots, who do anything to count, including ignoring evidence. You know, but that's another song for another day, as it were. Yeah. Well, yeah, his reputation with his fans isn't tainted. The real fans know. Hmm. Yep. Oh man, I kind of miss the Lemoyne themes. Yeah. Well, I mean, right? Laugh out loud. Wee. Yeah. Anyways, enough of that. Let's kind of get going here on the news stories. Find the Okay. Here we go. Here's the first one I'm gonna get. Alrighty then. With all that said and done, let's see now. And let me say, please. What you talking about, Mike? Biden won fair and square left. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, if you believe anybody believes that, I've got some swampland in Florida I'd like to sell you. Uh, why are you laughing? Yeah, because I think everybody knows the truth. That's why even the Democrats. Why do you think they're trying? Why do you think Biden's acting more with executive orders? People would argue that, yeah, because it does take time for Congress to get going, but still, you know. And another thing in regards to that too, um, Patrick Leahy was just hospitalized today. The senior senator out of Vermont, a 80-year-old guy, and he's the one that they were having preside over the impeachment trial. So, not that I'm trying to get into too much in politics here, but that's noteworthy because if, let's say, for whatever reason, you know, he cannot, he either has to, he's either too ill to continue or he passes away. Well, now granted, Phil Scott's a liberal Republican, a more establishmentarian, but if he if he does get a chance to possibly appoint another, like probably just Trump, whoa, that kind of. But hopefully, if he does get that opportunity, he'll put a Republican in there and give Republicans back control of the Senate, and then we can worry about primarying the establishmentarians out 2022. But anyway, um, sarcasm is dummy thick. He did. Why else would he be afraid of his own Nat Guard? Okay, whatever Nat Guard is. Um, really laugh out loud. Does the swamp land have gators on it? Um, Erg, I'm trying to leave politics behind with Twitter, but politics is it? Or yeah, Dave, I'm kind of in the same boat. I tried. I mean, I will kind of. I kind of just keep myself aware of what's going on, and that's about it. I'll turn on Newsmax, but usually I'll just look to the past and look at older programs or whatever. Robo Mike, uh, do the robot, do the robot, don't, 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 wah, 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 wah. Anyway, so as I was stating before, as always, guys, of course, I always appreciate, your likes and shares. That helps get the word out, get more people in. Um, I guess a few. I'm down for gator hunting. National Guard. He punishes them by having them sleep with AOC. I mean, in her office. Well, he did have them apparently bunk in a parking garage, and it didn't make a couple of governors too happy. Let's see, actually, Greg Abbott, um, Texas governor, Ron DeSantis, the Florida governor, and Kristen Nunu, the New Hampshire governor, all recalled their National Guard troops because of seeing them being housed in the parking garage. But Biden had them vetted and leave the mags out of their rifles and yeah, I mean, okay, if that's true, that Biden is an idiot. Okay, if he had them leave their mags, as it were, out of their guns, then he's really an idiot. Okay, because if anybody was seriously going to go after Biden or any of the Democrats for that matter, what's an empty gun going to do? What's an empty gun going to do? Yeah, I mean, you almost have to wonder what these people are smoking. Right. Okay. I'm. Yeah. Let's get on to some other stuff here. Let's get on to some other stuff. Anyways, so here we go. All right, so the first story of the night, of course, is going to be this one. Marvel announces X-Men fan vote to select final member of team. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. And yeah, this is one of the few Marvel. I usually tend to do DC comic stories mostly, but try to do some Marvel as well. I know some people still like Marvel. Um, Marvel is allowing its fans to vote on who they would like to see join Cyclops and Jean Grey's new X-Men team, with online voting starting this week. That's an interesting thing that happened. Marvel Comics is allowing fans to vote for who they see join the new roster of the X-Men. In 2021, Mutant Kind will be selecting the first X-Men team of the Krakoan age, and you are invited to take part in the election. Marvel's voting site reads. Marvel's fan vote will be 100% responsible for the determination of the final member of the inaugural team. So choose wisely, as your choice will have an everlasting effect on the future of the X-Men and the world at large. Da 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 da. Official voting opened at 12 a.m. Eastern on January 27th. So basically just after my show probably ends is when when it will probably be, and runs through 11:59 p.m. Eastern on February 2nd. Election results, along with the full X-Men team, will be unveiled during the Hellfire Gala in June. The list of which mutants fans will be able to vote on can be found below. Banshee, Polaris, Forge, Boom Boom, Tempo, Cannonball, Sunspot, Strong Guy, Marrow, Armor. The company reiterates that each person can only vote once, so make sure to make your choice carefully. Marvel insiders who participate in the X-Men election will also earn points to redeem for rewards. Marvel insiders will also be eligible to enter into the Marvel Insider Drawn into X-Men Hellfire Gala sweepstakes starting February 3rd until February 14th. Now, I'm guessing Marvel Insider is some kind of special club you probably belong to in order to get like special treats and stuff like that. That's what I'm guessing. Let's see. Let's see what you guys have said since and started here. Laugh out loud. Vote for final member from what roster? I kind of want people to flood the votes with Toad. Uh, laugh out loud. All fans vote for a new Wolverine movie. Laugh out loud. Aren't Cyclops and Wolverine double teaming Jean Grey and each other right now? I have no idea. I think I did read a headline like that. I wouldn't know though because I don't know. I haven't really been reading. I don't really read Marvel comics. I'm more of a DC guy myself. I choose Hero Gambit. Um, the Goromit Solid, emoji there. I see the nominations and I'm like, who the fuck are those guys? I can answer that. I know because I do remember watching the X Men um, animated series back in the '90s. I can at least give you some of it from that point of view. Flood the votes with Squire Girl, strong guy, WTF kind of lame name or he actually was a part of the other words. The comic is done by the left a empty slot for any boring character to be written in. Um, sounds like get Leto. Jean Grey now brings a snack tray for God, Wolverine and Cyclops. Oh boy. Okay, well, since you guys didn't know who it, I'll explain who some of the characters on this list here. Banshee is a Scotsman. Let's see. I know he was featured in X Men the animated series. I think his real name is Sean Cassidy. He basically has the powers of a banshee. He has kind of wings on his arms. He can like fly around, and then his main power, of course, is the power of his voice. He can basically give out a banshee scream. Ah! And in his case, at least I don't know if this is as much in the comics, but in X Men the animated series back in the '90s, he was depicted as Uncle Tom's cousin. Uncle Tom was the one who worked with. This happened, I think, during the Phoenix Saga, in which Uncle Tom and Juggernaut were sent to kidnap the Landra, and which would have Banshee, Sean Cassidy, sitting there um, helping out, helping out the X-Men. Polaris is the green-haired mutant with electrical powers, as I recall, from the cartoon series. She was actually a part of the X-Men at one point with Iceman, and then in the cartoon, at least in the X-Men anime series in the '90s, she was depicted as having a romantic relationship with Iceman. Um, Forge, Forge has been depicted in both X Men and like he's kind of a cyborg. Well, okay, yeah, cyborg with excellent technical abilities. Um, as depicted in Polaris was also an X Factor in in X Men the animated series. Forge was the leader of that team. In fact, Polaris, Forge, and Strong Guy were all members of X Factor and X Men the animated series. I think that they might have also had that connection. Strong Guy is kind of a big hulky kind of guy with red glasses and white hair. Boom Boom was depicted as Tabitha in X Men Evolution. She kind of has the power to similar. She has a similar power to Jubilee. Has the power to kind of ignite little, create little firecracker type bombs. Hence the name. Let's see. Well, they are 69. Oh God. Okay, enough of that imagery, guys. No, you got too detailed. Uh, that was supposed to be Squirrel Girl. Don't know much about her. So he has the power to. Uh, he's Mortal Kombat Sindel. I remember Forge, weapons guy. Yeah, Forge was depicted in both X-Men, the animated series, and X-Men Evolution. He's somebody who I think his not sure exactly what his mutant ability is, but he basically he's a cyborg who has the power to who has an incredible technical knowledge. Um, let's see. I don't know about tempo or armor. Cannonball and Sunspot were depicted in X Men Evolution. They were members of the junior version of the X Men. Cannonball Sam Guthrie has the power to propel himself, basically turning himself into a human cannonball. Sunspot has the power to absorb solar energy and then like use it in whatever ways he wants. Marrow, as I understand it, Marrow was in the comics a part of now Marrow was somewhat okay, so according to the producers of X-Men Evolution, Spike's character in um in um in X-Men Evolution was based on Marrow to a certain extent. They had similar powers there. She had the power to kind of, you know, but so that's who these 10 mutants are. So as I said, I don't know anything about tempo, but oh, it looked like somebody just came. Let's see now. Yeah, so let's see. We saw that. I think saw that. Okay, so hello, Donald Trumps. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're here. I hope you'll enjoy the content. Um, hope you enjoy the content. I hope you'll stick around and hang out. See. Yeah, these choices all sound like they're gonna get um, killed off to motivate everyone else. Well, I think they were like more the minor type characters. Mr. President, it's the great Trump at Donald Trump. Welcome, God Emperor. Uh, anyway, so back to the story at hand then. Let me see. Now I gotta just. And I'm just. Okay, okay, yeah. Hellfire Gala, Sweet History on February 13th until 14th, or February 3rd to February 14th, for a chance to attend the Hellfire Gala itself by being drawn into a Marvel comic book. More information on how to enter will be provided in the coming days. X-Men number 16 introduced the concept of the X-Men holding a democratic vote to elect who would represent the people of Krakoa. Jean Grey and Cyclops are spearheading the movement after the fallout from X of Swords, with Jean Grey stepping down from her position on the Quiet Council. X-Men number 17 goes on sale January 27th, which is tomorrow. From Marvel Comics, fans are encouraged to go vote at marvel.com X-Men Vote. So that's the first story of the night. Into the night we felt alive. Stream's gonna get shut down for hate speech now. Oh no. Oh, I don't think so. Quick, Trump, hide. I'm coughing. Coughing from laughing so hard. Okay, so anyways, so let's get back to the there, and let's go on to the next story here. Here we go. It's kind of a follow up to last night's story, of course. Um, let's see. We're 36 minutes into this, so we've been making good time thus far. Keanu Reeves is ready for a fight on Bermejo's Berserker variant. I guess this is Lee Bermejo's Berserker. Look at that! Oh man, he's ready. He's ready to kick some butt, isn't he? Lee Bermejo has provided a variant cover for Berserker #1, which showcases Keanu Reeves' mysterious immortal gearing up for a bloody battle. Boom Studios has released another variant cover for its upcoming series, Berserker. The cover by Lee Bermejo features protagonist B in a fighting stance. Knives and shuriken protrude from bloody wounds in his body. Um, though it doesn't seem to deter him, B bears a strong resemblance to actor Keanu Reeves, who co-created Berserker and will also co-write it with Matt Kint, Ron Garney, and Bill Crabtree. And Bill Crabtree will provide art for the series, while Clem Robbins serves as letter. Well, I guess it would make sense if you're going to write a comic book, you want to put yourself in there, right? And maybe in a more flattering light than what's reality. Like, here's that cover again. He looks like he's about ready to just beat the crap out of people. Ah, what's the next story? Well, I just got to it. Yes. This one, of course, the Keanu Reeves story here. So, in addition to Bermejo, Mark Brooks from Star Wars Han Solo and Dan Mora from Go Go Power Rangers will also provide variant covers for Berserker #1. John Boy Myers of Spawn also provided a variant cover for Berserker #1 that's signed by Reeves himself. Yeah, I think we covered that story yesterday. The signed cover. Um, Bermejo has provided cover art for numerous comic book series, including titles from Marvel and DC. He also illustrated graphic novels for DC, such as Noel and Lex Luthor, uh, Batman Noel and Lex Luthor, Man of Steel. Berserker is focused on an immortal mercenary named B, who undertakes black ops missions for the U.S. government while attempting to discover the secret behind his longevity. Boom Studios launched a Kickstarter campaign for the hardcover editions of the book, which quickly surpassed its goal. Backers received collected editions of the entire Berserker series, as well as a chance to be written and illustrated in the comic. The man known only as B is half mortal and half god, cursed and compelled to violence, even at the sacrifice of his sanity. But after wandering the world for centuries, B may have finally found a refuge working for the U.S. government to fight the battles too violent and too dangerous for anyone else. In exchange, B will be granted the one thing he desires, the truth about his endless, blood soaked existence and how to end it. Berserker #1 goes on sale on February 24th from Boom Studios. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. That looks it. Yes, that you're talking about the cover art. I would have to say that you're I did it again. Oh boy. One of those times you hit the wrong, you're going to the wrong thing. Yeah, what WTF is right there. That was my fault. I hit the back key instead of the window I was trying to get. I'm back now though. That keep reading headline. Okay, so let's move on to the next story then. And it looks like we're getting some good conversations on these stories, guys. So that's good too. I'm glad to see that. Glad to see you guys engaged. Okay, so here we go. Here comes the next story. Let's see. Thought it was the ending to Blair Witch. Oh man, did he really get shut for hate speech? No, I didn't. I'm here. I'm here, guys. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. Good one. No, that it was me. I did that. I hit the wrong button. Basically, happens. So here's our. Oh. You got first off, I gotta share the screen again, so you guys know what I'm looking at. Hickey hickey ha ha. Hickey hickey ha ha. Hickey 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 ha ha ha. Okay, so here we go. Looks like Mr. Trump left. Yeah, I noticed. You know, whether that's the real President Trump or not, kind of wish he'd stuck around. I hope he kind of had wanted to check out and was enjoying the content, but I guess he just I just kind of stopped in to see what is Sundari. Um, as I understand it, because I know Hero Hayes explained this before too. Sundari is a character in anime that that comes off as kind of gruff, kind of standoffish, but as you learn more and more about the character, you realize that they really are kind of a likable character and do like people. They just kind of have this gruff exterior. That's, as I understand it, that's what a tsundere is. They appear gruff, but really are nice. So with that being said, to this Bleach is the anime's best tsundere Kenpachi Zaraki. Kenpachi Zaraki has a tough exterior, but on the inside, he really does care, making him perhaps the best tsundere character in Bleach. Anime often portrays female characters as tsundere, outwardly aloof, but secretly has a soft side. But several of the male characters in Bleach show clear tsundere traits. Yeah, that's the other thing about tsundere too. Is normally when you're talking about tsunderes, it usually is in regards to female characters. So this is actually one of the few times that you'll actually see a male character being referred to as a tsundere. Oh, and I'm tsundere. Uh, is fooling himself. I believe tsundere are the girls that want to kill you because they like you. Well, that's more of a crude way of putting it, but so my yeah. Okay, so normally tsunderes are usually when most people talk about tsundere, it's usually with in regards to female characters. But a tsundere, more or less, as I said, they kind of have a gruff exterior, but they really do care about those around them. They just don't seem to show it in the way that you would think they should or would. But you know, outwardly kind of aloof, standoffish, but otherwise they genuinely care. I mean, you look at how he interacts with his lieutenant there, who sits on his shoulder all the time. So, let's see. But several of the male characters show clear secondary traits. The protagonist, Ichigo Kurosaki, might be the most prominent example, but he's not even the best example of the archetype in Bleach. That honor goes to Kenpachi Zaraki, who hides his warm heart behind gruff exterior and brutal ways as a Soul Reaper captain. Kenpachi Zaraki, the scary coach. Ooh. Kenpachi Zaraki did not have a happy childhood. As a boy, he roamed aimlessly in the poorest region of the Rukongai district, but he faced great struggles but survived. Eventually, he obtained a fallen Soul Reaper's Zanpakuto and became a wandering swordsman. During this time, he faced another swordsman, ruffian, named Ikaku Marame, Vic's character in Bleach, of course, and defeated him. And of course, let's see, Kenpachi Zaraki, as I recall, was voiced in English by David Lodge, I believe, who voiced Jiraiya in the Naruto series. For honor's sake, Ikaku wanted Kenpachi to finish him off, but Kenpachi refused. The reason he gave Ikaku was that dying on purpose was idiotic. For the sake of strength and glory, Ikaku should survive and train hard to become stronger, so he may be the victor next time. So he's kind of trying to. Let's see if you guys are sitting. That's a yandere. Yandere. Uh, so many foreign words to explain a thing. The hair is worn down. Oh no, he's. Oh, God. Okay. The Inuit have 100 words for snow. Solid Snake. He says all of them to make snowflakes seem like individuals. Ah, anyways, as we continue on with the story here, as a Soul Reaper captain, Kenpachi is all about strength and attitude, and he claims that his squad, number 11, is all about live or die on your own merits. But despite that unspoken rule, Kenpachi went to great lengths to train his men, and later, during the Thousand Year Blood War arc, he took it upon himself to face the mighty Sternritter so his men wouldn't have to. Kenpachi was always eager to train his subordinates. In his own gruff way, he cared greatly for them, probably seeing them as younger brothers who needed guidance. But that's not Kenpachi's biggest tsundere trait. There's also the matter of Yachiru Kusajishi. Yachiro, that's his lieutenant. That's a little girl right there who sits on his shoulder. That's Yachiro. The pink-haired girl right there on his shoulder is Yachiro. Kenpachi, Soul Society's best dad. And I'll be right back, guys. I gotta go off camera here for a quick moment. Be right back. Alrighty then, I'm back and better than ever. Okay, so back to the story here then. Hachi Soul Society's best dad. And I just showed you and explained who Yachiro is. Um, During his days as a wanderer, Kenpachi met a young girl named Yachiro, who was not at all afraid of Kenpachi's menacing aura or sword. Yachiro insisted on keeping Kenpachi's company, and so Kenpachi was inspired to unofficially adopt her, and he roamed the world with Yachiro clinging to his back or sitting on his shoulders. Later, Yachiro became the lieutenant of Squad 11. Kenpachi looked after her as not just her friend, but as a boss. Kenpachi wouldn't go anywhere without her, and when he ran around the huge Soul Society to hunt down Ichigo, Yachiro came along and tried to guide Kenpachi to his target. Her directions were faulty. Yeah, that's kind of a running gag throughout the series too. Yachiro has a bad sense of direction, and it's kind of a running gag in the series. If you guys have ever seen it, uh, it was played off as comic relief, seeing a funny little girl giving bad directions to her huge and scary captain, but it really deepened and broadened Kenpachi's character. He looked more like a doting father than a boss, and that trend continued into the next few story arcs. Oh no, I've Googled Inuit words for snow. Oh, garbage. That's The Scots have the Inuits beat 400 phrases to describe snow. D. And I'll be right back, guys. I'm back. Okay, we're at the 55-minute mark, so I think we are still making some good time here. Anyways, um, when Kenpachi arrived in the desert world of Hueco Mundo, he gruffly but earnestly helped Ichigo take on Nino Itora Gilga, saying, "You've done enough. Let me take over," rather than let Ichigo die. At some point, Kenpachi was wounded and knocked down, and Nino, Nino Itora tried to attack Yachiru next. Horrified, Kenpachi leapt to his feet, assumed an overwhelming and skull shaped aura, and delivered a mighty blow that kept Yachiru safe. Amusingly, when Yachiru warned Nino Itora about Kenpachi being protective of her, Kenpachi simply denied it, playing it playing into the tsundere trope even more. Kenpachi proceeded to defeat his Arankar foe after a difficult clash. Kenpachi was nearly in hysterics when Yachiru went missing during the final battle against the Sternritter, and he barked at his men to find her at all costs. Regardless of the danger to their lives or Kenpachi's. By the series end, Kenpachi is still Squad 11's captain, and Yachiro is still by his side as a loyal friend and unofficial foster daughter. It's true that some other Bleach characters have some vague tsundere traits, such as the uptight Uryu, voiced in English by Derek Stephen Prince. I believe the actress who voices Yachiro, the English voice actress, her name's Stevie Block, Bloch. So, um, becoming Ichigo's friend while refusing to admit it. But seeing such warm, fuzzy tsundere feelings in a scary package like Kenpachi Zaraki is far more impractical, and the contrast is both amusing and delightful. No one could sweetly adopt a little girl and then deny their feelings, quite like Kenpachi Zaraki. So yeah, so yeah. So a tsundere is somebody who just appears kind of gruff, but really does have a soft side. They just don't like to show it. And I think Solid is right in the description of what a yandere is basically girls who have a almost a psychotic obsession with those they come into contact with. So let's see. That's it. I girls actually compart that that little girl's actually Kampachi's Zanpakuto. Um, don't think so. No, that's not really. Texas have one word that describes snow: water. Yeah, because it melts there. If you would have put snow in Texas, probably wouldn't last too long because it would melt pretty quickly. Ha! Is it really toys? I haven't watched Bleach in so much, so I wouldn't know. No, it's not. She's not his Zanpakuto thing. Aussies have one word for beer: Foster's. Foster's. That's beer, mate. Right there, solid. Foster's is also called piss. ah. oh boy. Okay. So, anyways, let's move on to the next story. Wow, we're halfway through. We're just past the hour mark. Making good time here. So this is the next story I wanted to get to. I saw the best anime parodies from Toonami's Megas XLR. The short-lived but beloved Toonami cartoon Megas XLR features many references to loads of classic anime. Here are the 5 best parodies in the show. I guess you can kind of see the well. This one right here looks like uh, it looks like Lena Inverse and Slayers. Megas XLR is a cult classic Toonami series that ran for 2 seasons from 2004 to 5. It follows two slackers, Coop and Jamie, who find a giant mech in a junkyard. Lucky them, they soon learn that the robot called Megas was sent from the future by the last humans who are losing a war against aliens called the Glorft. However, when the robot's original pilot, Kiva Andrew, um, comes back in time, she finds that Coop has modified the robot so only he can use it, and that Glorft has followed her through time. The show is a love letter to the classic mecha anime creators George Christick and Jody Schaefer. Watched oh wait, okay, is the love letter to the classic mecha anime creators George Christick and Jody Schaefer watched in their youth. And the show is packed full of anime parodies. Here are the 5 best spoofs the series had to offer. Captain Harlock. Okay, so I guess I'm well. I guess I'm not too far off because I think Captain Harlock and Lena Inverse might be in the same universe, might be in the same continuity. That show was fun. Good evening. Hey, Nan. Hello. Welcome. Laugh out loud. As always, guys, I do appreciate likes and shares. Hope to help get the word out, get more people in here. Anon, enjoy the meal. Oh, wait. Evening. Actually, I missed probably a few. Yeah, I did miss quite a few there. Starting here. Hey, good evening. Just got home. Going to eat. Aussies call all beer fish, I thought. Laugh out loud. Hey, Anon. What's up, my dude? Um, I'm solid there. How about true? That little girl is the spirit release of his sword. I've allowed read the manga. It's in the final arc. Hmm. I guess XLR. That show was fun. Good evening. Am I loud? Head on, enjoy the meal. Try TYVM, whatever that means. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, I get it. Thank you very much. Looks like Space Pirate Captain Harlock. Yeah, I just saw that. I love giant robots. Yeah, enjoy the meal, dude. Megas XLR was pretty good. Thank you, Leto. Let's see. Need an inverse. God's run. Well, to me, that first picture looked like, but now I can see they kind of love the Slayers anime. Sorry, force of habit. Oh, mess, you're talking about Yachiro. Yachiro. Yep, we were because we were in the previous story that we just read there. But anyways, back to this article, Captain Harlock. So this is one of the I guess spoofs that he did. This episode, the episode Space Booty, introduces viewers to Captain Jean Michael Warlock, um, with hair covering one eye and a military uniform with a large oversized collar. Warlock's design is an obvious homage to the title character of space pirate Captain Harlock. Good point. Some foreign releases of the anime actually change Harlock's name to Warlock. Warlock has a thing for redheads and instantly falls in love with Kiva and immediately plots her capture. Warlock evidently gets her on board his ship by promising her a time drive controller. But when she arrives, he takes her captive, promising to make her his queen. Ooh! He captures. He also captures Coop and Jamie, and tells Kiva he will kill them if she doesn't give in to his demands. That guy's been reading how to make friends and influence people, hasn't he? Uh, anyways, guys, I'll be right back. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I think we did go through all that. Don't we all? Sailor Moon. So here's how they parodied Sailor Moon. Oh yeah, color scheme's a bit different. Ultra Chicks. The season 2 premiere sees the group face off against the the Ultra Cadets. This gang of four Sailor Fuku wearing girls comes to Earth hoping to find someone who can help them fight a creature called Kurdok. However, they end up taking the cowardly Jamie rather than the heroic Coop. These girls are obviously inspired by Naoko Takuchi's classic Sailor Moon. The girls resemble Sailor Jupiter, Sailor Mars, Sailor Mercury, and Sailor Moon due to their colors, and all have Sailor Moon's extremely long pigtails. Um, One of the Ultra Cadets is named Galaxia, the same as the main villain of Sailor Moon's Stars arc. Um, the funniest detail is that the Sailor Moon parody takes longer to transform than the other Ultra Cadets. in reference to the extended transformation sequence that Sailor Moon had in the anime. Gatchaman and other Sentai series. Now, some of you may know Gatchaman as either Battle of the Planets or G-Man, or G-Force, rather. Those are the other two names that went by. Mm. Ultra Chicks. Ultra Chicks reminds me of the waifu from Archer cartoon. Never did watch much of Archer. Always meant to check it out sometime. I watch it when it's on. Watch it often though. I don't watch it often though. Okay, so anyways, as we continue on here, I did kind of explain what Gatchaman is also known as G-Force and Battle of Planets, other Sentai series. Um, so popular, so popular, they appeared in 2 episodes: Bad Guy and S-Force SOS. The S-Force is a group of 5 heroes from the planet Saurus. Each S-Force member wears a spacesuit themed after a different animal, and each has access to a robotic Zorp. When needed, these Zorps can combine into one giant robot. The S-Force is primarily based on 1972's Science Ninja Team Gatchaman, specifically the Sandy Frank Entertainment adaptation Battle of the Planets. Their appearances and even theme music are similar, but that's not where the Sentai references end. The Zorps is an obvious reference to the Zoids, or the Zords from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and their combined form resembles the original Voltron. Da 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 da. S-Force is a love letter to the trend of adapting and redubbing Japanese media that was popular in the 1980s and 90s. Mazinger Z. In the episode Coup d'etat, Coop accidentally teleports the gang to the Halcyon worlds, a place occupied by massive robot alien warriors. However, Coop accidentally destroys the planet's sacred treasure, the flame of Azeroth, drawing the planet's anger and forcing the group to go on the run from the robotic warriors. This episode is full of robots resembling famous ones from film and anime, but most obvious reference, but the most obvious reference is the robot called Zanzor. Zanzor's bulky black body and red chest piece, along with his horned helmet and vent-like mouth, make him resemble a cross between Mongzinger Z and Great Mazinger from Go Nagai's legendary Mazinger Z anime and manga franchise. Gundam. Gundam. Megas XLR is packed full of Gundam references throughout, but the two-part series finale, Rearview Mirror, um, has possibly the most overt reference in the whole show. In this finale, Coop is forced to face off against an evil version of himself. Evil Coop pilots a mech that strongly resembles the MSN 04 Sazabi seen in the movie Mobile Suit Gundam Charge Counterattack. Evil Coop also has access to an army of drones and that best that bear a striking resemblance to the Zaku suits frequently seen in the Gundam franchise. Continuing the reference, the evil version of Kiva pilots a mech that has large fins coming out of its back um, of it. These fins resemble the wings of light emitters found on the Victory 2 Gundam a suit seen in Mobile Suit Victory Gundam. And that's it for that article. That story. I'm downloading Megas right now. Okay, so anyways, of course, as always, guys, I do appreciate all the, when you guys can help with the likes and the shares to help get more people in here. Let's get ready to move on to the next article then. There are articles. Mandalorian story I'll be covering, but before we get to that one, oh yeah, this one. Everything coming to Hulu February 2021. Was a fun one, made me go look it up as well. Guy Ferrari in a giant robot. Zazabi is the gold one. Hey L, how about we share each other's videos? I need to rewatch Gundam again. All right, so anyways, here's the next story. Everything coming to Hulu February 2021. Antebellum, Sonic the Hedgehog, 2004's Garfield, 6 Star Trek movies, and X-Men Origins Wolverine are making their way to Hulu in February. Yes, there's a picture of Wolverine coming out of a chemical bath or something. Hulu has released the full list of every television series and blockbuster movie arriving on the streaming service in February 2021. Some of the programming fans can look forward to streaming on Hulu in January includes Antebellum, Sonic the Hedgehog, 2004's Garfield, 6 Star Trek movies, and X-Men Origins Wolverine. Hulu's full February 2021 release can be found below. February 1st, Possessor 2020. From the visionary mind of writer-director Brandon Cronenberg, Possessor is an arresting sci-fi thriller about elite corporate assassin Tasia Vos. Using brain implant technology, Vos takes control of other people's bodies to execute high-profile targets. As she sinks deeper into her latest assignment, Voss becomes trapped inside the mind that threatens to obliterate her. New York Times presents new episode FX on Hulu. Framing Britney Spears. Antebellum 2020. I'm not going to read the rest of the synopses here because that's going to probably take a little too long. Into the Dark, Tentacles new episode premiere, Hulu original. Hip Hop Uncovered, two episode documentary series premiere, FX. February 16th, Bad Habits, Holy Orders, complete season 1 cassette. Sonic the Hedgehog 2020. I guess that's probably the movie from last year. Nomadland 2021. Snowfall season 4 premiere, FX. February 25th. United States versus Billie Holiday, Hulu original. New this month, available February 1st. 60 Days in, complete season 6, A&E. Abducted, the Mary Stauffer story, 2019 Lifetime. Ancient Aliens, complete season 14. Bride and Prejudice, Forbidden Love, complete season 2, Lifetime. Forged in Fire, Beat the Judges, complete season 1, History. Kings of Pain, complete season 1, History. Married at First Sight, complete season 10, Lifetime. Mommy is a Murderer, Lifetime. Pawn Stars, complete seasons 11 and 12, History. Secret of Skinwalker Ranch, season 1, History. Tempted by Danger, Lifetime. Unexplained with William Shatner, complete season 2. History, 9 to 5, 1980. 9 to 5 was the movie starring Dolly Parton, of course. Affliction, 1998. American Psycho, 2000. American Psycho 2, 2002. The Bellboy, 1960. Bug, 1975. Cinderella, 1960. Crimes of the Heart, 1987. Did you hear about the Morgans, 2009. District 9, 2009. Downhill Racer, 1969. Employee of the Month, 2006. Everything Must Go, 2011. From Hell, 2011. G.I. Jane, 1997. Garfield, 2004. Gargoyles, Wings of Darkness, 2004. Girls, 1962. Gross Point Blank, 1997. Happy Tears, 2010. Haunting in Connecticut, 2. Ghost of Georgia, 2013. Hello, My Name is Doris, 2016. Hitman's Run, 1999. Jane Austen's Mafia, 1998. Jennifer 8, 1992. John Grisham's Rainmaker, 1997. The Juror, 1996. Mars Attacks, 1996. Me, Myself, and Irene, 2000. Ninja Assassin, 2009. The Omen from 1976. Damien, Omen 2, 1978. Only God Forgives, 2013. The Patsy, 1964. Phase 4, 1974. Possessor, 2020. The Prince of Tides, 1991. Shirley Valentine, 1989. The Shootist, 1976. Sideways, 2004. Some Kind of Wonderful, 1987. Star Trek The Motion Picture, 1979. Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan, 1982. Star Trek III, The Search for Spock, 1984. Star Trek V, The Final Frontier, 1989. Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country, 1991. Star Trek Insurrection, 1998. Tenet, 1976. Teresa's Tattoo, 1994. Turbulence, 1997. Van Wilder, Party Liaison, 2002. Waking Ned Devine, 1998. Witness, 1985. X-Men Origins, Wolverine, 2009. You Laugh, But It's True, 2011. You Got Mail, 1998. Available February 2nd. The School That Tried to End Racism, complete season 1. From Ben and Jay. Who? We do that. I need to rewatch Gundam again. How do we do that? Watch G Gundam. That's the best Gundam in my opinion. I disagree, Leto. Disagree heartily. I mean, how do we share a video solid? That's a weapon escape. I think it's that share option next to the like. Yeah, that's what it is, Leto. All right. Oh, right. Okay, let me attempt it. Never done it. Laugh out loud. I'll try to as soon as I get back home. I did it. That's so cool. Yeah, I had no idea. Well, I'm glad you do now, because now you can help spread the word more that way. There, Leto. What happened? I shared it on Twitter. Okay, cool. A school that tried to end racism, and they grew up. ah, anyway, so continuing on here. Available February 4th, 12-hour shift. 5th, New York Times presents Framing Britney Spears, Antebellum, and it looks like we're just repeating a bunch of stuff that we already saw here. But basically, if you guys like Hulu, this, I'm sure you probably have seen enough of this stuff on your own. So we'll move on to the next story then. Now down to 4 people, huh? Okay, we're down to 4 people watching. Right? Somebody left us. Okay, well, anyways, get on to the next hour. We're coming up on an hour and a half, so we're going to be. I've got one more story, one more main story, and then I find the Mandalorian story I was going to cover here. Fantastic. There it is. Okay, so the Mandalorian's Katie Sackhoff found out about Luke Skywalker's cameo the same way you did. Let's see what this is all about. Just as many fans were surprised to see the face of Luke Skywalker during season 2 finale of The Mandalorian, so was Bo Katan's um, Katie Sackhoff. While the finale of The Mandalorian season 2 did not specify whether Bo Katan, Chris recognized Luke Skywalker, it has now been revealed that the actor behind the character, Katie Sackhoff, found out who the Jedi was, same way the audience did. Um, during during the interview on the Sith Council, Sackhoff confirmed that she wasn't certain which Jedi was supposed to be standing before her. I didn't know until I saw it with you guys. She confessed, referring to when the episode aired on Disney Plus. The reason behind the confusion is due to the character of Luke not being fully realized until post production, although Max Lloyd Jones was the one present on set. The character he was standing in for would later be completed by Mark Hamill's voice and CGI recreation of young Luke's face. While she remained uncertain of the Jedi's identity, Sackhoff was not without her suspicions. When questioned whether she had guessed it was Luke, she said, I mean, kind of, but at the same time, I thought to myself, they would have let us know that the dialogue itself did not reveal Luke's identity, as at no point did he say his name. His appearance was identifying features alongside the color of his lightsaber, as well as R2D2's presence as far as Sackhoff was concerned. She said, I didn't know. They didn't tell us there was an actor there with dots on his face Instead, Sackhoff seemed most suspicious about his means of arrival, stating, I knew it was a Jedi. I knew it was an X-Wing. So you put things together, but you don't know. Chekhov's presence in the Star Wars canon has existed for some time, with reoccurring roles as the same character in the animated The Clone Wars and Rebels. The live action debut of Bo Katan occurred in The Mandalorian Season 2, Episode 3, The Heiress. She returned as one of the Din Djarin's allies during the finale, with her own personal goal of reclaiming the dark saber from Moff Gideon. The episode ended with an uneasy conflict developing between Sackhoff and Pedro Pascal's character, with the ownership of the weapon now in doubt, given that the weapon determines who rules. Mandalore, a position that Bo Katan covets for herself, the the show has much left for Sackhoff's character to resolve. Created by Jon Favreau, um, The Mandalorian stars Pedro Pascal, Gina Carano, Carl Weathers, and Giancarlo Esposito. Seasons 1 and 2 are now streaming on Disney Plus. And that's it for all the main stories tonight. Excuse me a moment, guys. Let me go off camera for a quick sec. All right, I'm back. Let's see what you get. Let's see. Wow, an hour and 35 now. Okay, so let's see. Okay, all that. Okay, cool. The school. Oh gods, they don't really need it to make a great Gatsby series. Good stories, Mike. Well, thank you, Leto. I was able to get 6 of them each time, boys. Yeah. Well, if you guys are ready for this day in each history, we can do that and wrap up the show. Um, we're already at hour 30, coming up what on hour 36 and a half right now. So if you guys are you guys ready for this day in each history? Be right back here. Okay, I'm back. Need you to. Okay, so no further ado, let's kind of get started here. Let me just uh, find myself the two. Okay. Alrighty then. Oh, we're okay. Alrighty then. Without no further ado, let's Nietzsche history of the world, part two. Jews in space. Oh boy. Okay, so anyways, so first off, today is Tuesday, January 26th, 2021. Let's go ahead and take a look back at this day in each history. And first off, of course, we're stopping in on 30 years ago today, 1991. On this date in 1991, Pittsburgh Pigs was canceled from the Fox Kids lineup. On this on this day in 30 years ago today, Pittsburgh Pigs was canceled from the Fox Kids lineup. It was not renewed for another season. Nietzsche King, LMAO. Okay, so that and one more piece of Nietzsche news or Nietzsche history here. This will be the last one for tonight. So I only had a couple tonight. On this date, 21 years ago today, the 575th issue of Batman went on sale on newsstands on this date in 2000, 21 years ago today. Um, it had a 36 page count. You could get it for $1.99. On this date in 2000, the 575th issue of Batman went on sale on newsstands. So that's it for this day in each history, guys. Thank you guys again for dropping in. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I hope you guys enjoyed the stories. Um, and I'll have more tomorrow. Um, Kind of get caught up, see what you guys have said. Since some of them shows on that list. Never heard of that show. Saving that dumb joke. Later, guys. Have a good one, everyone. All right, guys. Good night, all. Good night, everybody, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.